Hey, what's going on, dudes and dudettes? It's Pip Surfer with another daily update for the Cowabunga system. Today is Tuesday, February 9th, 2010. Just going to jump right into today's update because we got a lot of stuff to cover, and sometimes I run out of time, and I want to give the update as much time as I can. So first things first, just going to put a disclaimer out there. If this is your first time watching these videos, you're going to want to click on the link right above it that says, if this is your first time visiting this blog, read this first. Click on that link. It's going to give you the rules of the Cowabunga system. You're going to want to read it thoroughly, digest it, absorb it, and then come back once you have a pretty good understanding. And then these videos are going to make a lot more sense, because otherwise, if you're watching this and you're brand new to it, you're going to get pretty lost, and it's just going to be a waste of your time. So just want to put that out there so you don't waste the full 10 minutes of this video. But for you regulars out there, just want to welcome you back. Hope these videos are helping you, and hope you all are having a good time trading the system. We've been seeing a nice downtrend, so hopefully you've been catching those short trades over the past few days. So let's get right into it. I have my 15-minute chart and my 4-hour chart open. I'm going to open my 4-hour chart first and move it back to before midnight so you can see what it looked like. Again, we've seen this long downtrend here. The trend change candle was back on the 3rd of this month, and since then we haven't had any new trend change candles, just had this nice downtrend. So at the start of our day, our trend was down and we were only looking for short trades. And if I move my chart forward, you'll see that we do have, at the time of this update right now, which is about noon Eastern time, you can see that a new trend change candle is forming. It looks like it'll make a new trend change candle because RSI is above 50 and stochastics are trending up. However, this candle doesn't confirm the trend change until it closes, and this candle will not close until 3 p.m., which 3 p.m. for us is over our trading session time. So as of this point, or up to noon, we were still only looking for short trades, because even though this trend change candle is forming at the time, it doesn't actually confirm the trend change until it closes. And again, the candle doesn't close until 3 p.m. So as of this point, we're still only looking for short trades up until noon. So again, a recap, today we were only looking for short trades the entire day. Just to clarify, this trend change candle is forming now, but it doesn't close until 3 p.m., which is well out of our trading time range. So if it does in fact become a new trend change candle and it holds firm, then tomorrow we may be looking for long trades, but we'll have to wait and see. But as for today, and as far as we're concerned, we were only looking for short trades the entire day. So now I'm going to go to my 15-minute chart, and I'll move this to before midnight. And of course, first things I want to do is take a look at my news events for the day. So you can go to babypips.com, click on this tools tab, and it'll automatically bring up the news events for the day. Today's February 9th. Just make sure this time zone drop-down bar is set to your correct time zone. That way it displays the right times, because really, as you know, that we aren't really concerned with the actual numbers of the news reports. We're just concerned about what times they come out. So we want to make sure that we have the right times so that we can jot those down. And again, we're looking for news that just affects the sterling or the dollar, because that's a currency pair we're trading. And today you can see we had a bunch of news reports for the sterling at 4:30, and 4:30 is a typical time for news reports for the UK, so that's no surprise there. We do have the 7:30 US report, but it's not really a big deal, so I'm not really going to count it, even though it's listed there. But at 10 a.m. we do have wholesale inventories for the US, and I will count that. So the two time zones or time areas to watch out for me was 4:30 and 10 a.m. Eastern time. So I'm just jotting that down on a notepad, and you can do the same thing, or set an alert or some kind of alarm just to let you know when those news events come out, because part of our rules states that we aren't in news, or excuse me, we're not in the markets when news comes out. So you just want to make a note of those times. All right. So now I know when my news events are. I know I'm only looking for short trades. I am now ready to start my trading day. So I'm going to move my chart forward one candle at a time and simulate a trading day, and so you can see my thinking process along the way. So first thing I'm looking for is a crossover to the short side. That'll be my first red flag to get me closer to my charts and ready to make a trade. And here we do get a crossover. This is at 3:30 right here. Let's see, RSI is below 50, stochastics trending down. Now if you look at MACD, you can see from the candle before that it was slightly negative already, and then it just became more negative on our possible signal. So this actually cancels out the signal, because our rules state that MACD for a short trade has to be positive and lose value, or be positive and move to negative. And since the candle before was already negative, it cancels out the signal. So no trade there. And a second note is that this candle is at 3:30 and closes at 3:45. We know news is at 4:30. That really only gives you about 45 minutes for the trade. I'd like to have at least an hour or so. But again, we have had a nice downtrend. So if it was a valid signal, you might have taken it if you're aggressive, because we've had a nice downtrend and maybe you're willing to be a little more aggressive at this point. And that would be okay. But again, that might be another reason why you wouldn't enter, is because news is coming out in about 45 minutes. And the price does see a drop here. And it's 4 p.m. there and 4:30 here, news candle. So it was a drop there. But again, no signal for me because it didn't meet my criteria. However, if it was a signal, I probably would have taken it, because I will be a little more aggressive during times of nice trends, and we have been seeing that nice downtrend. So I probably would have taken it if it had made a correct signal. So now we'll just continue to move forward. Again, just looking for more signals. At this point, I'm looking for a retracement first, and there we get it before I can even look for a crossover to the short side. So I'm still watching. It's 9 o'clock, 9:15. So here's our news candle right here. 10 o'clock, and then after that I don't have anything else for the rest of the day, so I can just continue to watch. Here we get a crossover, RSI is below 50, stochastics are trending down, MACD is positive and losing value, so this is a valid entry. Again, there's no news events coming out. This candle is at 10:45, which means it closes at 11, so if I'm still in it by noon, then I'll use my discretion there to exit my trade, whether or not I'm positive or negative. So I'm going to go ahead and enter at the close of the candle, or as close to it as possible. In this case, it's 56.08. Our stop's going to be at the most recent swing high at 56.49. The nearest 0.50 level is at 5600, which only gives us about 8 pips of potential profit, and that's obviously not good enough. So we want to go for the same amount of pips we're risking on this trade. So how you do that is you take your stop, which is 56.49, and you subtract it from your entry, which is 56.08, you get a difference of 41 pips. So now what you do is you just take your entry, which is 56.08, subtract 41 pips from it, and you get a target at 55.67. So I'm going to put my target at 55.67. Now I'll let my trade run. It looks like it gets down pretty close, and then it moves back up. And you can see this is a huge candle here. Not sure exactly what's going on, but we do get stopped out, unfortunately, at 11:30. So that kind of sucks, but you know, can't do much about that. Just take it as a loss and move forward. But we'll just continue, and really there's not much time after that for us to start looking for trades. And this is why we're seeing that new trend change candle possibly forming, because we're seeing this huge bullish run at the end of our day. So unfortunately, we just kind of got caught in a little whirlwind of something going on right now. But again, it's okay. Just you know, we follow the system correctly, so don't feel bad if you took a loss there. You know, the most important thing is to follow the system correctly. I guarantee you'll have success in the long run. So that's pretty much it for today's update. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Post it in this blog or in the forums. I'm sure somebody will try to help you. I'll try to answer them as best as I can. And I know more and more people now are helping others out, and that's really a great thing, and I encourage that. Because I really believe in the community and helping each other out. So that's it for today's update. Hope you all have a good one, and I will see you all on the next one. Cowabunga, dudes.